I can tell that you are really a lover of copy trade. But besides this product, what do you think BITGET stands out? And what is the biggest advantage of this platform, in your opinion? I have my own opinion, but I want to hear yours.
Yeah, sure. Like, so outside of the copy trade functionality itself, you mean? Yeah, okay. So I think, okay, one of my favorite is if you hold BGB, which is BitGet's native token, that your spot trade gets a 50% discount on fees. Like, I love that. I think that's really great. And so, like, spot trading is on point. Like, there is a decent amount, like, there's a lot of strong futures exchanges out there, but when their futures is really strong, their spots are really weak. So I like to just do everything in that one platform. I like doing that. And I think that's a really simple and streamlined way to manage your investments. Like, especially right now that we've like retraced like 80% from the top with Bitcoin's nearest all-time high. I'm pretty excited, and I'm finding all these altcoins, and that's what I'm doing. I don't mind the centralized exchange. This is a bit of a wink wink, but I like that. Look, KYC is you can do that, but the thing is, without even KYC, you can withdraw up to 20 BTCs a day, which even with a BTC crashing very very low, it's a pretty freaking large amount of money. So I think on a daily basis. So I think that's a cool feature. I like that BitGet is available in multiple countries, and that's good for, I guess, me personally as an influencer in the space. I can freely talk about BitGet, and I can know that the information that I'm providing is applicable to pretty much anybody that's watching my content. I find a lot of viewers of mine come from like Korea and also in United States, where there is a lot of regulation. And that's tough for other exchanges, but for BitGet, it seems to sort of navigate those regulatory requirements really well. So that's something that I appreciate about the exchange. And overall, just the market making the spread, the fees, everything. It's a very superior, it's a very premium exchange, and I'm not just saying that because Gracie is watching me. I genuinely see that, and what I like to do is always, when I compare exchanges, I always go to coinmarketcap.com, go to exchanges, and I look at derivatives and look at the volume. You can't fake volume. You can't fake volume. Volume is volume. If you have good volume, you have good liquidity. If you have good liquidity, then your trades are going to be on point. So that's something that I think every trader should look at before they choose an exchange that they're going to use on a regular basis.
Indeed, you mentioned globalization about BITGET, and just to supplement on that point, we have over 20 regional centers established within half a year, and our staff is like 500 plus already, nearly 600 now.
Wow, that's
we
big.
are planning like to double our workforce a lot by the end of the year. So we're growing very fast, and we have the full supports for each region that BITGET is functioning, and that's a lot of places in the world.
Yeah, fantastic. Wow.
Yes, thank you. So my last question. So we know that the crypto market is in a bear market right now, and the overall market sentiment is quite pessimistic. So how do you find profitable opportunities in such a market?
Right, great question. I mean, I get this question quite a lot. It's the bear market. What do we do now? So yeah, I'm actually excited more than ever before, right? It's really interesting because if you look at the accumulation of the whales and the accumulation of like the baby wallets, right? Wallets that have only been formed in the last 6 months and things like that, or have less than 1 BTC. The accumulation of those two different types of investors are completely different. They're completely negatively correlated, meaning that with the whales, they start accumulating as the price goes down, whereas the shrimps, we start selling as the price goes down. That is really the wrong way of doing investment. You really need to have a negative correlation with the price action of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that are obviously correlated with Bitcoin with your accumulation. So that's really, really important that we think this way. So the air is pessimistic. When the air becomes more pessimistic, I become more optimistic. So really, whilst the world and the general public may feel in a particular way, it is up to you to decide how you would feel about the market. And what will determine how you feel about the market will come from some basic research, I think. It's not rocket science. Like it's, you just have to spend the time and take interest in the area, and then you might be part of the next bull cycle, right? Would you want to become part of the bull cycle in the bear market, or would you want to become part of the bull cycle during the bull cycle? In which case you only capitalize at best like the top end of the little movement, and you do that with quite a larger risk reward ratio than if you were to reinvest into something now in cryptocurrency or in the top 100 altcoins as well. So I'd say I want to challenge that pessimistic mindset. If you are feeling pessimistic right now, why are you feeling pessimistic right now? I want to ask that question. Second of all, how do I find opportunities to become profitable? Because at the end of the day, we love profits. Why do we stay awake, watch the charts if we didn't want profits, right? So I understand profitability is an important thing. Again, you need to. I think Bitcoin can move sideways for a while. Yes, there's a further dip coming in as well potentially, but it's not going to be as violent or as volatile as, for example, the bull market, right? Or even the bear market that we've just had as well. But in the near term, I think with those fluctuations and volatility, you're missing out on these volatilities that could otherwise become profits, which you can unlock with futures trading. Futures trading doesn't have to always be risky. Futures trading becomes dangerously risky if you have 150x, 125x on leverage, but you can actually play with the leverages, and with the amount of money that you invest, you can actually capitalize on both directions in the market. So having said that, whether it's bull market or bear market doesn't really matter. But more important is your ability to find an entry in the market, either in the long or the short direction, and being able to understand when to exit and at what price, and at whichever level you feel comfortable unlocking those profits, right? So if I can just tie that back to copy trading once again as well, because that's kind of what this conversation is about, is that you can actually learn how to do that better by actually observing someone who's really good at it, right? So I really want to recommend you guys to check it out, give it a go. It's a fun It's a fun program. It's an amazing technology. And that way you can actually understand how exchanges work. You can understand how futures trading works a bit better as well. And so just because it's in a bear market, that means there are no profits at all. There are so many people that have made so much money during this bear market. So many people, so much money, right? So I guess if you had FOMO on the way up, you should technically also should have FOMO on its way down, just in the other direction. So have a deep think about that one, guys. I think it's really important to explore these options. If it means that you can upgrade your knowledge, if it means you can upgrade your profitability as well, of course. And I just want to know, why is this a good time for it right now? And I'm sure you would have so many challenges.
And one thing I really love about BITGET is also our team. Actually, you might know that I didn't really join the company for a long time. I recently joined the company. We only did the announcement in early June. Our wise man once said, ambition is the path to success and persistence is the vehicle you arrive in. So we actually have the ambition to be among the top 3 crypto exchanges in the next 3 to 5 years.